Hi, I'm John with ATV Illustrated Magazine. Now, if you've been in this sport long, you know what this is. It's your tire gauge. And the reason you're so familiar with it is the low pressure tires common to ATVs and side-by-sides tend to go flat, and sometimes for no apparent reason. Now, if you're out trail riding, that's an inconvenience. But if you're using a machine for work at the job site, or we are like with our heavy-duty Kawasaki here, that can be a real problem. Michelin has got the answer for you. It's called the UTV X-Tweel. The Michelin X-Tweel airless UTV wheel has three main components: a steel inner hub with raised projections around each lug nut that's centered on the machine. These polyresin spokes provide support and retain the shape of the tweel, and a tough outer carcass that gets traction on the ground. One feature we want to point out on the Michelin X-Tweel are these polyresin spokes. They provide support all the way around the wheel and not just at the bottom. But at the bottom they do deform a little bit, giving you a much larger contact patch. Now that's great if you're on sensitive turf or preparing a seed bed or any place you can have extra compaction. Regardless of the terrain, the ride was smooth. That's because when the spokes deform at the bottom of the wheel, it creates a secondary suspension. On muddy or wet terrain, the X-Tweels would dive in, find their footing on the bottom, and drive you forward. A big concern we had was vibration. There's a lot of open space between the spokes, but thankfully, when they deform, they kick any loose material out and vibration wasn't an issue. We tried the Michelin X-Tweel UTV wheel on bare ground, mud, and even snow. And people ask us, how did they perform? Well, they feel very, very precise. And the reason is, an ordinary tire has a flexible sidewall that rolls a little bit in the corners as the tire deflects. Because of the polyresin spokes, the Michelin X-Tweels can't do that. They go where you point it. We also noticed they're very quiet. We drove it down a paved street and all you hear is a little bit of engine noise. If you've got a hard-working side-by-side and you can't have downtime from flat tires, the Michelin X-Tweel might be the solution to your problems. Save this for the garage. The X-Tweels will keep you rolling.